Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. We are about to embark on another round of poetry assessments. Both our own and everyone else's. I don't really know, I never get to see my own poems, so I don't know what the actual content is like. I can only assume they're good. But in the meantime, we're going to do another round and go around everybody and see what they have to do this day. I almost did this week, but I think it actually is just days. So let's go straight to the chase, and let's go Yuri first, because I've saved it for past two times. Let's just go straight in. Let's go to Yuri first. Peripheral. Your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. During lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Peripheral. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. This is heartbreaking. It's actually heartbreaking. Like, you don't need people to think you're normal. You don't need people to... I love weird people. People who aren't afraid to just do them, be them, act them. I love that. Like, I find the people who are trying to make other people like them and the people who are trying to fit in are harder to get along with because you never know when they're being sincere or not. I find them harder to get along with, harder to be around because I just can't take them genuinely. And I know so many people who are like that. And like I hear them talking and acting one way around one group of people, and then when I talk to them they seem entirely different. And I'm like, dude, do you even know yourself? But, you know, I'm not judging. You don't need to be someone else to make other people think you're normal. Be you. Everyone is unique and individual for a reason. We'd be boring if everybody fit into what we wanted. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful, that's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way. Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? She's so abashed. Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time, she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Okay, so this was really like cryptic and metaphorical the last time, so I'm kind of half expecting some of the same. Ghost Under the Light. I think that was the name of her first one as well. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. In the distance, blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I'm too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding. I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. I like that. That's much more positive than the last one, I think. Because I think the last one was partially about us. Actually, I can't remember. I think I'm getting the first and the second one mixed up. But I remember the last one I thought was about us. And it was kind of fearful, but also kind of deliberate. But this is a really positive sounding poem. Albeit the wordings are kind of eerie and like spooky. Like she tries to hide herself by opening her umbrella, but it's too late. She's already got the attention of whatever it is. Like the idea of her heart pounding. She's either scared or excited, or you know, your heart increases due to fight or flight or excitement or adrenaline. But then to suddenly go from like that adrenaline, that heart pounding, to stop. Time stops. Everything stops. The only indication of movement is light flickering. That's a beautiful image. Like I can picture that in my own head. Just these two silhouettes, like just frozen in time while a light flickers. Like, it's just a beautiful image to me. Teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotions. Like it's like this isn't something that she would normally allow herself to feel. This kind of this warmth that she doesn't quite understand. This, you know, have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? You know, she's alone. She's meaningless. Like, things just see through her, they pass through her as if she's not there. But have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? You know, she's finally feeling close to something, like something has made her feel good inside. You know, and she doesn't understand it. So she's like, you know what? Understanding is overrated. And I'm just going to throw myself at it. You know, I touch his hand, the flickering stops. You know, I like that as an image as well. Ghosts are blue-green, but my heart is amber. You know, she's kind of letting go of that isolation and allowing herself to kind of warm up to someone, I think, you know, because amber and the light and the idea of candles and fire and heat, I think is kind of the implication there. This one was a lot easier to understand than I think her other two, I have to say. But I think I've kind of got where that's going. Let's see what she has to say. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. So it is about us. Do you dislike it? Ah, no. Of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. Okay, that's kind of what I was saying. This one was a bit easier to comprehend and get the gist of. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I get it. Don't worry, I got it. I understand this one. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So, thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. Oh, because she wants me to keep it, because it's about me. Ah, oh, bless. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can... The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. It's amazing how she can write in such complete and vivid sentences, yet can't put a goddamn sentence together when she speaks. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me. I guess we should move on before Monika says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yes, I would love to talk again later, Yuri. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. That was really nice. That was really nice. I'm glad I did that first. Okay, let's go Sayori next, because her writing has been really dark the past. Like, not really dark, but I guess bittersweet, the word that she used, is probably the best example for it. It's like she's so bubbly, but her poems are so serious. Like there's a darkness to them, an underlying darkness and tension to them. So let's go there, because we've gone from a really nice positive, and we can come back from a bit of a darker one with Natsuki or Monika afterwards. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? I mean, I wrote it for me. Does that count? Probably Yuri. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe... That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Peripheral. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. I am genuinely a little bit worried about her. Because, you know, the content of her last poem in particular was all about how she's feeling like everyone is taking from her and she's just being like cleared out of emotion, like just wiped out, and you know, people just keep on coming back to take and she never gets anything in return. So I'm genuinely a bit concerned about her because, you know, I've been that soldier, I've been in that situation and it feels horrible. So I can understand why like she's a bit down, a bit mopey if she genuinely feels that way. Plus I think there was the implication that like she has a massive crush on us and that's why she's always happy around us. So I'm kind of afraid that our interest with Yuri is going to make her even more upset, which isn't good. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. God, she makes it sound like we're a kid. You just go play. Go play with your friends. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little early today. Oh. Okay. Sayori? Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. I don't like this. Don't do this. Don't take this all on yourself and deal with this alone. That's not good for you. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I didn't get to read her poem. Aww. I wanted to read her poem. Now I'm upset. God damn it. Okay, let's go Monika, because Monikas are a little bit more serious, and then Natsuki's are always super cheerful. Hi, Peripheral. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style gotten so refined. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it. That's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I totally feel that. So much stuff that goes on in my head. I never get to actually verbalize it correctly. Just a jumble of a mess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the class or in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. Makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. That's a really deep statement. And it's probably some advice that I should listen to as a person. Because I genuinely use all these things as like an escape. Like games, books, the whole lot. they're my go-to. They just get me out of everything. Had a stressful day at work, play a game. Forget about it. Escape from it. It's gone. You know, upset leaving the house, pull out a book when you're on the bus to work, or pull out a book when you're traveling somewhere, or whatever. You know, take your mind off it. Escapism. But she's absolutely right. It's just a bandage. You ultimately you need to address it. It's not going to heal properly by just putting a bandage over it. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Oh, this is short. Or is it? It might continue down. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Okay, that's actually kind of more cryptic than Yuri's. So let's try to break this down. I'm getting the metaphor of searching for purpose. You know, a feather floating around, aimless, searching for something. I'm not sure what this lady who knows everything is supposed to reflect. Like, a part of me kind of feels like it's trying to represent like God or fate or some sort of spiritual guide. Like, knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds, I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. Like, that sounds like something that would be like read in the Bible or something like that. I mean, not that, you know, someone saying, oh yeah, life amounts to nothing. It just feels like it's worded that kind of a way. Like, I don't know, it's a really hard one to get my head around. You know, she's floating around and she's falling and she's, you know, one day the wind kind of comes out of her sail and the wind is what was pushing her forward. Maybe that's the idea of, you know, her motivation, her desire, her even like just to the point of, you know, her want to do the basic everyday. You know, her motivation is failing, but a hand catches me The hand of a beautiful lady. No, she's falling, but something's caught her. But what's caught her has been no help. It's just told her exactly what she feared, I guess. You know, there's no meaning, there's no purpose. Your legend doesn't exist. Maybe she's afraid of not being able to leave a mark. Maybe she's afraid of people forgetting about her. Maybe that's what she means by, I am not your legend does not exist. Or maybe it's not aimed at her, maybe what she's seeking doesn't exist. Maybe that, like, she's searching for this lady who knows everything. And maybe that's what she's trying to be. You know, it seems like she's trying to do everything and do everything perfect. She's trying to be good at poetry. She's athletic. She's academic. She's constantly doing different things. Apparently she's trying to learn the piano. Maybe she's just trying to be good at everything. But, you know, your legend doesn't exist. This is impossible. You can't be good at everything. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I guess she thinks that and then still has to go and motivate herself again after being told that. I could be way, 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 way off the mark because I'm actually kind of struggling to get this one. But I'm sure she might explain it to us. I have a sneaking suspicion she's going to go, no, I'm not going to explain it to you. But let's see what she has to say. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. Okay, the search for meaning, the search for purpose, okay. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Listen, I'm going to quote Ollie Sykes, the vocalist of Bring Me the Horizon. Sad sells. People don't want to hear happy. People want to hear sad. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. No, that's right, because you are 2D and I am 3D. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. I feel like that was an intentional fourth wall break. I think that was an intentionally put in thing. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. And you know what? That's genuinely good advice. Both if you are someone who someone is showing something they've made to you. You know, I've been in a situation many times where I've, you know, shown a song I was writing to someone, or I've shown a bit of writing to someone, and they've gone, yeah, that's cool, and just handed it back to me. I'm like, I need more than that. You know, I want the reaction to be, oh man, this is awesome, that's sick, that's wicked, or that's shit. But I don't want to hear just that shit. I want to hear why it's shit. I want to have a conversation about this, and I want to break it down and know what you think. You know, it's all well and good, going, yeah, that's cool. You know, I guess you're not being negative, but that kind of simple, non-committal answer kind of ends up resulting in some people kind of going, oh, it wasn't good enough for them to even pay attention to. or put any effort into a conversation about, you know, that kind of a way. But then her other aspect of advice is, you know, if you're the one who's written something or created something, find a group of people who are willing to have the conversation about it, who are willing to discuss it, and not just kind of go, yeah, cool. You know, I'm not going to say pick and choose who you show it to so that, you know, to give yourself an ego boost, but certainly try to find people who are as passionate about talking about it as you are, because that will, not only will it make you feel better, if it's not as good as you would like it to be, you can talk about it and, you know, constructively criticize and try to get better. Thanks for listening. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, last but not least, Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. It doesn't blow me away. But there's nothing I really hate about it. It's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Oh. Okay. Huh? You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type, all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Natsuki! Ow! Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she probably would just fly away, like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Oh, this is a long boy. Okay. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant delight. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. I actually like that. One thing I think I've not noticed, and I think I should have noticed, her lines are so perfectly built. Like, everything has almost a rhythm to it. You know, your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. You know, they're almost the same amount of syllables. Maybe not the same amount of syllables, but like, it almost feels like a really bad description here, but it almost feels like a rap. It has that same sense of rhythm, that same sense of beat to it. You know, you could almost put on a metronome and kind of go through it. You know, your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years, but today I have a special place. You know, there's a rhythm to it, and I really like that. And I haven't given her enough credit for the fact that she gets things to rhyme so well. You know, fears and years, sight and light, but also like breaking up the verses. You know, a beach for us to go before the sunny glow in a way you thought had left you long ago. You know, there's rhymes everywhere. And I probably should have picked up on this, because I think her other poems were like this as well. I just didn't think of it at the time. I was too concerned with actually breaking down the meaning of it. Which is exactly what we're also going to do now. I don't think there's a whole lot to this complexity-wise. I think this is just talking about how she wants to be there for someone. You know, the concept of, you know, I can be your refuge, your escape, your thing or place you go to get away from everything that you're struggling with. She'll make you feel better. She'll wash away your worries. She'll be the thing that makes you... when you think about her, or, you know, obviously the beach is her, but when you think about her, it'll make your heart leap. You know, that you'll have those daydreams in a positive way, and you'll feel something you haven't felt in a long time. You know, that kind of idea. And it kind of... it repeats, but it gets more romantic as you go along, you know. Remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. You know, we're getting intimate. This last stanza, I'm kind of curious about, because it just stops all rhyming. And I think it's done that to be more impactful. You know, basically, listen, everything's been sweet and pretty and nice up to now, but seriously, if you let me by your side, you'll learn to love yourself again. You know, if you do this, and I'm begging you to do this, you'll learn to be better. I'll make you better. You know, and it kind of breaks the rhythm. Everything is 4 lines. This is 3. Everything kind of rhymed. This doesn't. You know, so I kind of like that as a sudden. It kind of jars you a little bit to make you pay attention a bit more to it. Let's see what Natsuki has to say about it. Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with a message later? Well, yeah. It's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. I see. Something tells me the poem Yuri showed me isn't the one she plans on sharing with everyone. No, I don't. I absolutely agree with that. Considering we've kept it. Of course, I choose not to mention that to Natsuki. Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Okay. That was fun. Apart from Sayori bolting and us not getting to see her poem, that was pretty good. Although I am still genuinely concerned about Sayori. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second! Is it just me? Did you say something strange just now? Is it because she said you three? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah. Seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please, show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Whoa, slow down, Natsuki. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. Nice. But we might need a lot of them, different flavors. Can you handle all that by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, Yuri, you can, huh? Guys? Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No! That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Oh, Natsuki's not gonna like that. Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell these things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners, decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. I think she's just trying to convince herself that she can do this. Your mind's already racing, I see. That's great! You'd be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Peripheral. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I'd be really appreciative of that. I think it's choice time. Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Peripheral may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So, therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for him to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys. Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Peripheral to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really got a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Peripheral, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. Okay, I was wondering if there was going to be a Sayori choice. I was wondering. Okay, so... I'm going to break down my thought process right now. But I'm going to not choose right now either. So, I don't particularly want to help Monika because she already said that Sayori is going to be helping her. So she's already got help. There's a part of me that wants to help Natsuki just because I haven't spent any time whatsoever with her, and I wouldn't mind getting to know her a bit better and trying to understand why the hell she's so cranky all the time. Or maybe not cranky, but snappy. But, you know, she's... You know, she has kind of gone out of the way to make the statement, you know, I'll find some dirty work for you, you know, so it kind of puts me off a little bit. You know, Yuri wants me to give her a hand. You know, so I suppose that goes along with. Plus, you know, Yuri, we've been spending quite a lot of time with her. So, in for a penny, in for a pound, I suppose. But that said, I'm going to give it a little bit of thought and we'll come back to this in the next part. But until then, guys, take care. Thanks for watching and I'll see you real soon.